So what's up guys, it's Solo, and we're bringing you a Sage guide on the map, Bind this time. I believe Sage is definitely one of the strongest agents in the game, and she's definitely instrumental in slowing down the enemy and winning games. So I'm gonna go through a few little things and like tips and tricks that I do on this map with her. Very standard Sage wall in the A lane, where you can, you have a really nasty head glitch and you can see if they're pushing mid or not. You can usually only do this once in a while because the enemies and people are kind of learning the game now and pre-fire the box and spray the box. And you don't want to make sure, you're not right behind this box and give them an angle. So you want to wall a little bit to where you can tuck in and hold this deeper corner so you're not getting caught off guard. And make sure you get a wall like this so when they're pre-firing you're kind of safe over here, and then maybe you can peek when you hear them reloading, or you can catch them by surprise. And say you are playing A site and you know your team is struggling at B, or they're calling for help, or they have a camera in Hookah, you can line up an ice. I like to look at this laboratory sign, shoot right in the middle of it, and you can get a really nice slow that lands in Hookah and it stops their push, or slows it down at least. Kind of follow up with your team, especially if you have like a brimstone ult. It's really OP. So for showers, there are the standard walls you can do to try and slow them down. Gotta be careful though, they can shoot your toes here, but you have a better chance of getting the headshot from this angle, and you get to sit in this corner when your wall pops. Another point of view, pretty strong corner to use once in a while. And if you are not icing showers and you're not icing mid, say you have a brimstone or an omen just spamming smokes mid, and you guys are spamming it, if you're happening to play back dice or back sight, there are walls where you can just place behind it, and you have a nice little head glitch behind dice as well. You can kind of, most people, I feel like this one hasn't been used that much lately, so most people wouldn't be looking here. So if you know they're pushing or they're planning, you can really just get a nice wall, nice angles if they're not paying attention to. You can also do it at the back of this car. They're pushing mid, you can even wall bang that. You're pushing mid, they're planning, you can just look over. Wall gives a lot of headshot angles as well. Lots of nice little peaks and angles. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the defender side. You just throw your slows mid. If you're behind the box, make sure you're like aiming pretty much at the box to get your slow to land there. Even I notice for it to land in the pocket, I do have to kind of peek out to get it in this left corner. You can ice them here and spray them. It's pretty much a guaranteed kill if you know they're there. Let me swap teams here. So there has been a few offensive standard A plans that have been being utilized by top level players and good players recently. You're executing A site, you're making sure your corners and everything is clear. No one's in this area. You guys are icing. Okay, say you're not pushing up. Yeah, you're icing using a cypher smoke or something. Smoking U-Haul so they can't peek you. There has been this standard Sage wall that people are doing, so you just plant in this corner and you're completely safe from the rest of the site. You only have to worry about U-Haul and you only have to worry about the flank, which usually doesn't happen that often. I think that wall that I just did is best case scenario. It might be the most dangerous wall to do. It's definitely nice to get this wall up. You just get to plant in this corner here. There are times where I see people walking towards the site. You kind of have to challenge sight in heaven. But once you get to this corner, you can also do this vertical wall. And you get this whole area to plant. You got to make sure you don't leave a gap open though. Just kind of experiment with the types of walls you can do. So just like that side of the map, going from mid, you can also go from showers as your team works mid. This one's honestly a bit safer as well. Might have to peek out though. If you want to get a perfect wall, it would actually be like this. You do have to like line it up and make sure you're fully out like this. And you might be a bit exposed when you're doing something like this. You want to hope that your team is like winning the mid-side control and you can get more of a safer wall being tucked into showers still. If you're still in showers, you line up your wall and you want to get a wall like that. It's not the most perfect one because there's a hole here, but if your team's winning that side and you can walk past this hole safely, or you guys have pressure or smoke over there, you can get that plan off as well. I usually don't like planning over here though, because being stuck in showers for defending this bomb in the corner is not very ideal. Definitely a lot better when you have more angles to hide and be at if you're planning in this corner. This is definitely something that people have been using once in a while. Make sure this right side's clear so you can smoke heaven, and you know, this part of dice, you just walk out here and make sure no one's in this area, and then you can get a perfect wall, and then you're completely covered. The take A in my opinion. When you're defending this, also you do want to put your wall kind of in this crevice as well, so it's jets and units that can jump can't jump up. You can also just get this orb after. I don't think it's bad to use a wall here occasionally. When you do a deeper wall, they can walk up to the wall and just jump over. But definitely make sure you use the physics and the layouts of the map. Even walls like this as well. I guess this wall doesn't really matter because they can't jump regardless. And one last little tip, it's kind of cool that you can go up to heaven on your own sometimes using a wall to get to heaven. Usually don't recommend this. I always feel like this wall is not that useful and you can just have another agent go up to heaven. But it's nice to know. Play a bit more interesting. There's a lot more things you can do here. What I like to do when I'm executing B personally is after we decide to get sight here, I just walk over here and just get a quick wall to block off any teleporters. You can also just wall arches or anything. Oh, well, it breaks if you're standing on it. But you can wall any part of Hookah and make it harder for them. But I generally like doing that wall over there. It's pretty safe. You can... And this was an ice that a slow that I used to mess up a lot. Is I would be aiming pretty much right at, you know, above the doorway, and it would bounce off and land on sight. Since you're, I think it's the physics of the game, right? Since you're coming from a high ground and throwing lower, you need to kind of aim lower naturally for your abilities. Maybe this is just a common mistake. This is a common mistake or misplay that I see people use, even with like ices back sight. People are throwing it too high. Throwing it onto back sight or to CT, and even this corner, if it's not cleared, hopefully that corner is cleared by whoever's coming from arches. You know, you just like to execute in slow sight and CT, and you can look under you, and you can even slow elbow, which pretty much stops them from being able to peek completely. Make sure all the corners are clear. And I like to wall CT completely walled. They don't even get an angle. But if you're coming from Hookah, not Hookah, if you're coming from B long and you're coming out of arches, you know, same things. You can still slow the same left and right sides of the map. Make sure it's all clear, no one's under sight. You can actually wall yourself and wall this elbow. Now, being here is kind of risky because you still can get shot from sight, and if they're coming from CT, but it gives you the advantage of these people from elbow. Could come up here and be a little more exposed to the site, but have another angle. I like actually being on the wall more. I think it's definitely safer. You have a little head glitch here when you're fighting anyone over here. Make sure you have that smoked, or else you're pretty much gonna die. Only use this when you have someone smoking their CT, really. Or if you have ice, even if you have your slows there, they can still see you here, so. When you're defending B, there's tons of different things you can do. You can just throw your ices at arches. When you're defending arches, what I personally like to do with this wall, put it here so you can kind of tuck away in this corner. You can sometimes peek and see if anyone is in the arches under you. This even gives you this angle up here, this opportunity to go up here, maybe catch some people off guard. Really dangerous though. It's like a one and done corner pretty much. You get a kill and you're gonna have to walk off. You can't really stay there for that long. That's a nice area to use once in a while. So the only thing that I feel like sages need to work on is icing hookah. You can get the 100% safe ices by bouncing off this right side if you need to ice this close part of the hookah. I believe you can kind of do this from anywhere. Any corner you're in, you can just bounce it off this wall, right? Making sure you're hitting that wall, it bounces back, and it ices this close side. But if you are playing backside, you're playing this corner. Generally, I like to just bounce it off this right. If you happen to play this left corner though, that's when it can get a bit tricky. If you're actually tucked into this left corner, I just aim pretty much right at the box. And it lands right in the pocket. See, some people kind of overshoot it and it goes too far. I overshot that and I think that even landed in the right area. Some people do overshoot it and hits back a hookah. Which, unless that is your intention, you know, you can do it as well, depending on what information you have here. I think it's best to ice this part and slow them down, and let them just kind of hang around in back hookah, because if you ice back hookah and they're already up here, that's pretty much means they're looking for picks and could catch you using your abilities here. But yeah, also instead of icing arches, you can ice just having standard little ice there. Buy some time. Say you are playing this right corner and you're just watching arches. You end up, you know, slowing hookah or something, and you know they're not playing this close angle. And you know they're about to come. You can actually wall this and you get a nice little head glitch angle on them as well. I usually rarely use this because I think it's much better to wall here or here. But you get this angle and you can see if they're planning right here, and usually a nice little high ground area to play off of. Alright guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I really love Sage. She is definitely my favorite agent right now, and I'm excited for more maps to see how she interacts with it, and maybe if there's other agents that I prefer over Sage. But right now she's definitely my favorite. And if you made it to the end, please hook me up with a like. I'd really appreciate it. And type hashtag slow, you know, kind of like your slow orb, in the comments below. Let me know you made it to the end of the video. I want to know if these videos are actually doing something and people are actually learning and improving, so that'd be kind of nice. Definitely would like to see. And yeah, we'll be back with more videos. Make sure you check out my Twitch if you haven't. I'm probably streaming right now. I'm streaming almost every single day, and we're just grinding. And thanks for watching, guys.